Hey everyone, I'm Steven from Tostemac. Welcome back to the Tostemac Talks, where we sit back, relax, and I talk about life. Now you're probably wondering why I'm in this expensive looking suit for some reason. No, it's not because I'm going to some formal event or huge event. Yet. The reason I'm wearing this suit is because I finally get to announce to you guys that as of last year, 2018, I, Stephen McAllister, have lost a total of 70 pounds. That's right, I went from 260 all the way down to 190. And I gotta tell you guys, it feels absolutely incredible. The difference is astonishing. Like, here's a picture of me before the diet, and here's a picture of me after the diet. You can clearly tell the difference, and it is such a huge difference for me. I feel so much more active now. There's a huge change with how I eat on a regular basis and how active I am, and I feel like I'm moving around a lot more than just like sitting around watching TV. It was such a life-changing experience. Now, I know a lot of you may be wondering, okay, great, but how did you pull it off? But before I talk to you about how I did it, it's very important to answer why I did it first. The reason I wanted to do this was because, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, is I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to be noticed by more and more people. And I'm not just talking about like getting in touch with the autism community, but also with some bigger YouTubers, like when I did my trip to VidCon, but also some other authors and radio show hosts and people like that. So I got to a point where I felt like if I'm really going to be an advocate or a guest speaker for autism, if I want to show people the best of what autistics can be, I need to set a better example for others first. And that involves making more changes to my life. That being part of which is my diet and my weight. That way I can, by improving myself, I can inspire others to improve themselves as well. Or at least that's the general idea. It's been something I wanted to do for a while, but it was very hard for me to find the drive. After all, it's kind of easy to say you want to lose weight as a New Year's resolution, but if you're not going to follow through with it, then what the heck's the point? It actually wasn't until my older brother Daniel had told me about this organization called Herbalife, and I'll leave a link to their site in the description down below so you can learn more about them. And basically they're an organization that helps people lose weight, be it either meetups and exercise, like group exercises, or like some dietary or hunger control medicine, or what me and Daniel did was the Herbalife shakes. So this is where we're getting into how we lost the weight. First off, we had these Herbalife protein shakes, essentially, where you get this cup and it's split in half, and you make 2 portions of the shakes that serve as 2 meals of the day. And then the third meal would be a diet meal, a low-calorie meal. Now the 2 shakes combined were around 240 calories for the whole day, and then there was the diet meals. So the goal was to keep the calorie count of how much we took in a day underneath or around 1800, because according to Google, you needed 2000 or less to lose the weight, 2500 to keep the weight, and then 3500 or more to gain the weight, to simplify it as much as possible. But at the same time, you don't want to take in too few calories, because what's going to happen is you're going to starve the body, and the body's going to want to hold on to the fat instead of losing the fat. So taking in calories is necessary, but you got to control it. You got to play the numbers game a bit. Now, you may be tempted to do like maybe 2 diet days during the week, but when you're first starting out, I would recommend just doing 1 diet day. That way you're kind of disciplining yourself in terms of like controlling what you're eating and how much you're eating, so that way you stick closer to the diet. Now, as for the diet meals, Daniel and I, what we did was we actually went to the store, like Food Lion, and got some cheap chicken and some broccoli, and we actually cooked 7 days worth of diet meals throughout one whole night. And at first it was really fun because it was something me and Daniel got to do together, and it was a lot of fun. Trying to figure out, oh wait, the trays go here, this has to cook at this certain time, where'd you put the seasoning? And I feel like doing a diet is so much more fun when you're doing it with other people. That way it lets you know that you're not alone in this. There are other people doing it alongside with you. Maybe it's a bit of competition or maybe motivating each other. Dieting is a lot more fun when you're doing this with other people. Now, of course, you also have to do exercises as well. Like we have an ellipticum downstairs where we have it at maximum resistance. We run on it for like 30 to 45 minutes and we burn around like 500 calories on that. And that's not including all the walking and running we do at work. So it's a combination of the Herbalife shakes, the diet, and the exercise that we do, and the Herbalife shakes. And at first it was going great. Like we were losing 5 pounds a week, and this was going on for like roughly 4 or 5 months. But then afterwards it started to slow down a little bit because we were getting to the point where we burned a lot of the water weight, which is easy to burn. But then we were getting to the actual fat where we were burning like 1 or 2 pounds a week, and the weight level was kind of fluctuating a bit during different parts of the day and different days of the week. So that's where it got a little bit harder, but again, that's where the discipline and commitment comes in. Like how much weight you want to lose. You gotta stay committed to it. So for me, losing the 70 pounds took around, roughly around 8 months to lose 70 pounds. It was a long time, but this is something you really gotta be committed to. And afterwards, you gotta be committed to keep the weight off. And this is what another thing that the diet helps out with is changing your eating habits. That way you're not eating too much or not getting enough exercise and stuff like that. So it's basically my story of how I lost 70 pounds. I plan to keep the weight off. I feel amazing. But what do you guys think? Have you tried a diet before? What methods have you done? Have they worked before? Let us know in the comments down below. Let's start a conversation. And on that note, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for listening to my story. This has been an amazing experience. I highly recommend that you give it a shot. And again, if you want to learn more about Herbalife, check out the link in the description down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys.